Gingerly.
All right. So actually, this is a good question too.
Okay.
Do you feel left out of my journey because of the friends that I have made through support group, YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff? So, does that like make you feel strange? Do you feel weird? Do you feel like I don't talk to you about it as much because I have other people that I talk about it with?
No. I mean, at first I'm like, who are all these strange people? And then I realized there are people who are on the same path as you. Mm-hmm. So it's good that you can find someone to share that journey with. It won't be me. You and I are on a different path. Our friendship's on a different path altogether. Mm-hmm. And this one just happens to be parallel. And so I don't feel left out. You and I talk about it, but it's one of those things, it's a shared experience thing.
Yeah.
It's totally a shared experience thing.
I think it's kind of like
I can't say I feel
when
left out.
When you start a new job or you go back to school like Max did, and you suddenly have like a whole other set of friends, and it's not like you don't talk about school or work with your other friends, but they're not in it and they're not sharing that experience with you.
Exactly.
So it makes sense that you're going to have other friends that you talk about or whatever, but there's not much that I wouldn't talk to Max about. I mean, I understand that he doesn't necessarily understand exactly what I'm talking about because he hasn't been through it, but I still share my feelings with him and that sort of thing. So
no, not left aside.
These are all good ones. Okay. Do you worry that I will gain my weight back?
It's a possibility. Am
Everything
I worried
is
about
possible.
Everything is possible. It's a matter of probability. Do I worry about it? Mm-hmm. I don't think, no. No, if you do, I know you'll deal with it in the appropriate manner, in a healthy and appropriate manner. But I don't really see that happening.
I have to say, I am sure that I will gain some weight back, especially because I see this as, a lifelong journey. And I think everyone tries to maintain probably below where they really should, and sometimes that's really artificial. And I've always said I want to maintain at a point where I'm not like having to work super hard at it. Like I want to be able to, enjoy food every once in a while and all of that. But I wouldn't be surprised if I regained some weight. I don't think there's any way, to be totally honest, that I would ever regain all of my weight because I can't foresee a situation in which I could let that happen or that people around me would let that happen.
Yeah,
so.
Like unless you become a vegetable basically and just aren't active, or you can fight, you can say something to what people are doing to you. Mm-hmm. I really don't see you getting back all the weight. Some of the weight, it's a possibility because as your eating habits will change, so will your weight. It's connected. Agreed. So some weight, yes. I don't think it's going to be an issue though. I think it's going to be one of those fine-tuning health things at the end.
So keep your fingers crossed. First, I have to actually get to goal before I can worry about whether I can maintain my weight. So just
you're almost there.
Almost. Well, almost is relative. I have like 90, around 90 pounds at this point to go to my goal. My first goal, anyway. So, this one is kind of funny because it's more of a spouse question, but I just thought it would be kind of funny with a friend. How have you handled watching my body change so quickly? Because I know Max notices what I look like. Yeah. Probably even more than Will does to some degree, actually. I didn't really feel anything particularly about it. I remember thinking, dang. Ooh, it made me happy, right? There's nothing to actually handle. Right.
Like, you don't really deal with happiness. You just experience it. And so I was happy to see you, getting all slenderized.
Did it surprise you, though, like, how quickly or not quickly things changed?
Oh, no. It was a little surprising to see how quickly that changed. That happened. I was, and I commented on it because, like, a week would go by and you could see the change. I could see a physical change. And that surprised me. Happily, but it surprised me. I was like, damn, is she eating enough? Is she going to pee out a kidney soon? Like, what the hell? But no.
But you have seen me eat, so you know that I eat.
I know
just don't eat a lot. But I still eat.
Yes.
Girl, I still eat.
Yeah.
Oh, we're cuddling. just like smushed my face. Anyway.
Yeah.
How do you feel about me having plastic surgery? Because I think at this point everyone watches this channel, that I completely plan on having plastic surgery at some point. So.
That's a much bigger question than I think
Isn't
you realize.
It though? I know, right? You know what Will's answer was?
What?
Guess.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah, it was pretty much as long as you get your boobies fixed, it's okay with me. Anything else is just a bonus.
Frankly,
I mean, Max might be gay, but he loves boobs too. Don't let him lie. But yeah, so
that's why they're called fun pillows. They're entertaining.
I don't think he cares quite as much about mine though, as Will does.
Not quite as much.
No.
So, you having plastic surgery again? Physically, I wouldn't personally deem it necessary. Psychologically,
he hasn't seen me naked though, so he doesn't know.
No, well, that's the thing, and there's the proof right there of the point I'm trying to make. Physically, I don't think it's a necessity. Psychologically, the whole point is to be happy and healthy, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're healthy, you're halfway there. If you're not happy with the results, that's not that there's still that last step. And if that's what's going to make you happy, it's not like you're doing anything again out of the ordinary, then I'm good. Go for it, because I know it's going to make you happy. I know you have concerns about it, and all I want is you to be happy.
Aww.
Right? So if that's going to make you happy, then I say go for it and do it, but don't come crying to me when you say, "Oh my God, the sutures hurt." I'll be like, "Well, what did you expect? That's all very sensitive tissue."
That's such a Max. Go ahead and do it, girl, but don't come crying at me.
Don't come. I'm like, I will give you the Percocets, and I'll tell you, here, wash this down. But you walked into this knowing it was happening. Just think of the final goal. Mm-hmm. Perky boobies.
And other things.
That's a pretty good goal.
It is. I'm not saying
like most people do it just because they want to. You're going to be doing it because, frankly, I see the need myself. You're going to think on me. Yeah, they're going to be wobbling, so you want to get rid of that.
Okay. Do you think, I know you kind of talked about this, but do you think my style has changed? Do I dress differently, wear more makeup, blah, blah, blah?
No, makeup. The makeup's always been kind of the same.
Yeah,
Frisky. You've always been a big fan of beating the face and wearing some fierce makeup, so that really hasn't changed. Not because of the surgery, but because of time. You've learned to balance nuance now. Before you used to wear like turquoise and purple. Now it's.
Now I just don't usually have the time or the patience.
Yeah,
because I
now
have
it's
children
more,
and other things to do, work and whatever.
Well, when you do put on makeup, it's a little
age appropriate,
more understated and age appropriate,
yeah.
But it's still fierce. So that's changed, but not because of the surgery. Your style, the way you dress, has definitely changed. It is much more cholerific. You are like showing off your curves, and and I know that before it was one of those things that you did just out of necessity. Now you're doing it because you kind of want to.
I would say, and you can tell me whether you agree, that although my style has changed, it's more just changed back to what it used to be. Because I was always like, when I was a teenager and I was in my early 20s, I was always really into like fashion, and I always like to dress to show off my curves and that sort of thing. And
yeah.
I will say that gaining weight wasn't the only thing that changed. So I got married, I went out less, I had children, and all that stuff obviously affects, your wardrobe choices and all that stuff. So It wasn't just gaining weight that changed things, but it was definitely part of it. So
I honestly think that was a major contribution, but it's a cycle, right? It all fed into itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
right.
agree.
Your lifestyle change fed into the weight gain, which kind of it was a very nice, tightly closed loop. Mm-hmm. But you've changed back into the fierce Captain Hook shoe wearing hookah I remember from many moons ago.
I think for me, I feel like I'm more myself. Yes. I don't feel like I started dressing like someone else. I mean, people who haven't known me for a long time may see the change and be like, what's up with her?
Like now she's dressing all cholerific.
Yeah, but I think I'm just
going back to what was there.
More myself.
And it is awesome.
I agree. Okay, so I have one more question, but it's kind of a big one. So we're gonna cut this one off, and we'll We're looking for a come up. Apparently, we're gonna come back.
We popped some tags today.
Oh my god! Okay,
girl.
Really quick. We went to Kmart because we got caught in the rain and we looked like drowned rats and we did not have appropriate outerwear. And I bought like a fleece zip-up jacket, and Max bought a sweater.
Really nice.
And they were on clearance. And what was yours marked?
Mine was marked $4.99.
So was mine, but they were both 99 cents. What? 99 cents.
It was awesome.
Girl, 99 cents. And mine was a men's extra large. So I was like,
ooh,
awesome.
booyaka.
Cool.
So I'm going to be inheriting that come the spring because originally I found it.
Yeah, Max actually found it, and then I was like,
She gave me the sad little puppy dog.
I did.
was like, fine. This is how much I love you.
You do love me.
I gave you my come up.
You did? Okay. Part 4 momentarily.